So this beat is driven by a very symphonic melody, but also drums, hard hitting, hard knocking drums that have sort of like a swing thanks to the hi-hats that I used. So let's start with the drums. So most of these drum sounds were taken from a kit called the Flatline kit, made by Cardiac, who was like a huge emerging producer during that time. So he released this drum kit, and I think every hip hop producer was using this kit at this time. So everything is being driven by this hi-hat. So this is the pattern. As you can see, the snares are layered. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 snares. So, that's a lot. So this year chant is from the kit, but then I sort of like layered it with another chant that I sort of like clipped from a song that I used to listen to back in the day. Kind of forgotten the name of the song, but I just like clipped it from the song, just chopped it out, and vocal chants within your drums, gave it some sort of like movement. I was doing it like almost with everything that I touched had to have some form of vocal chant, whether it was a melody or just a scream, all kinds of chants. There's just something about chants that made the beat sort of like fuller, give it some movement. So you have that. This was just a roll down, like it was taken from the same kit. I think I put like some reverb on it, and I think I panned it all over the place. So that's it for the drums. Let's go to the melody. So I actually started playing the melody like on keys. Like I actually, started by playing the actual melody on the keyboard. But pretty much that's all I was doing. So let's do the bass line. So the bass is more Nexus over here. Yeah, I think in fact, this is probably the sound that drove me to make this beat. I just remember sort of like playing this, and then we have this guy, sort of like a thick brass, just sort of like tuck it under. The same choirs that we start the intro with, but a bit more subtle, sort of like give space for the drums. This should be Excel, so like a wailing voice. There's also sort of like calm voices. You hear the dark piano alone, it sounds like this. So all this is Nexus. Like back then, all I used was Nexus. It was Nexus or die. Let's look at the vocal sample chop. I usually start, like most of the times I'm making beats, I usually start with like a vocal sample. But in this case, this vocal sample was actually probably the last thing that I did on this beat. So that, and the second part goes. yeah, that was it. So I just bring it every sort of like 2 bars, and that's synth as well. It's like an arpeggio from Nexus as well, called Popish Arp. So I'm using brass as the bass, mainly because if I use like there is sort of like a sub bass from Hypersonic, which is another plugin that I used to use a lot and still use till this day. The drums need to knock, so I'm trying my best to make sure, the bass line is not fighting with my drums, but instead sort of like complementing my drums. So you want to make sure the melody is driving, but the drums are sort of like the main focus of the beat. It's hip hop, so if your drums are not knocking, then yeah, you are not making hip hop. Anything that I'm doing with the melody is sort of like helping give color to what the drums are already doing. So always remember that. So that's pretty much the beat, breakdown of the All Right Here beats from Stankface Volume 1. I hope you picked one or two things from it. I'm going to do you one better for the producers, the beat makers, sound designers out there who want to see exactly what I was doing. I'm going to give out this whole FLP for free, absolutely free. Gonna share the link. All I ask is for you to, if you're watching this from YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching this from any platform, leave a comment, give me a like. As long as you have, I think, FL20 and above, you should be able to open it and see exactly what I used and what I was doing within the beat. Hopefully I can do more videos like this. But for now, it's goodbye. God bless. Stay safe. Keep warm. Peace.